Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Instant Reaction Podcast. We're just fresh off the Big Ten West Championship between Iowa and Wisconsin, and Iowa has come out victorious. I'm Andrew Barber with Drew Shapley here on the Hawk's Eye View. Thank you to Revelton Distillery and Kyle Lehman at Wintrust Mortgage for sponsoring this show. Appreciate them as always. And man, was this ugly, but was it great? I mean, we said it last week, ugly, but a win again. Really ugly, but also kind of beautiful at the same time. I kind of loved it.
It was exactly what we thought it was going to be, Andrew. It was going to be a Big Ten West grinder, right? Absolute grinder. Look at the passing yards number. 37 yards for the Hawkeyes, and we won, right?
Right.
We finally had receptions to the receivers. Nico Regani had 2. Man, I hurt for Eric All. I mean, how many damaging injuries are we going to take on the roster?
Right.
Kay McNamara, we're already on second string quarterback. Now, first and second string tight ends, which we're tight end to you. Like, how bad is this going to get? And then still pull out the victory? I mean, look at LaShawn Daniels' stat line. I mean, good grief.
LaShawn Williams. That was awesome. And our third tight end was out as well before the game.
Did we even have a tight end left?
Yeah, we had our fourth and fifth string tight ends.
They got to be true freshmen.
No, it's still Janos, who's a transfer from like Louisiana, and Pascuzzi, who's like a walk-on, who's been around for 4 years and hasn't done anything. Wow. So we're playing fourth year guys who haven't seen the field a whole lot at tight end. Joe Evans was questionable, played through it. But hey, Wisconsin sustained their injuries too because Mordecai took a hit by Jay Higgins, and that was the end of Mordecai's day. Braylon Allen injured his shoulder during the game, unfortunately, and wasn't quite the same. He did come back, but he wasn't quite the same. And so this was just an absolute slugfest.
Do you imagine that? Let me ask you this. How many pass attempts do you think Wisconsin threw today? I don't know if you've looked at the stat line.
I'm looking at the stat line. I didn't look at the attempts. I looked at the yards.
How about the attempts?
The attempts, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm just going to guess 25 total.
50. 5-0.
Oh. That is not a winning recipe.
Braden Locke, 15 of 30, 50%, 122, and an interception. Tanner Mordecai, 12 of 20. Total of 27 of 50. 50 pass attempts for a Wisconsin team. What is going on?
Yeah, I don't understand what they're doing with that because the key to the game was run the ball. Don't forget that Braylon Allen exists, and Iowa was more than content to do that themselves, and they did really well in doing that. That 82-yard run by Williams was the longest run since 1997.
97, Tavian Banks?
Tavian Banks, longest run since Tavian Banks.
Look at that.
Most rushing yards for an Iowa running back in one game at Madison since Cedric Shaw for LaShawn Williams.
Holy shit.
1995 Cedric Shaw was the last time someone rushed for as many as LaShawn Williams did today at Madison.
Talk about an unsung hero in Cedric Shaw, to be honest with you. Man, he was such a stud. He really was. He was Sean Green before Sean Green was. You know what I mean? They just weren't a winning team.
Right.
Like Sean Green's team was.
Right. The really impressive thing is Iowa ran for 200 yards exactly today. Ran the ball 48 times. But they did so without really any threat of a passing game, which I thought was the most impressive part about it.
The problem is the best part of the passing game was out early again with Eric All. God bless. I hope he's fine. He's not gonna be. Unfortunately, he's not.
He's done.
Like Nick Chubb type. injury again, right?
Right.
Hyperextended the other way. Oh my God, it was brutal.
Yeah.
So like the tight end position, I'm not sure where we go from here. But that being said, we won a Madison. Like I don't know what to complain about, Andrew, because I don't. I don't have a complaint. I really don't. Brian called a decent game, I thought, in my opinion. Like ran the ball down their freaking throat like we were supposed to. And LaShawn Williams did all the rest, man. That breakout 83-yard touchdown. My God. Like
Yeah, 82. 82.
82.
But
Okay.
yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, the other thing you can say about this game, I mean, and going forward, I think you talk about what are we going to do at the tight end position. I think the only hope is get Ostrenga back and healthy and play him. A lot of people liked him before the season, and he's going to have to play the starter role now. Jazz Patterson was close to playing today. Didn't play today. He'll play.
Didn't need to.
Didn't need to, but he'll be back next week, and I think that may be just what Iowa does for the rest of the season. The 48 rush attempts that we saw today, I would totally be okay with that for every game for the rest of the season. I don't see why not.
Why not go to the old wing T of putting both running backs out there? Putting
Yeah.
Jazz Patterson, LaShawn Williams, Caleb Johnson. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's endless. The opportunities are endless running the ball the way that they did against Wisconsin today. That was incredibly impressive.
Yeah, I mean, anything we can do to avoid throwing to wide receivers, we got to do it. So
to be fair, we increased our receptions from the receiver position by 300%.
Yeah,
from last week.
Yeah, right. So, and we may, I mean, with the injuries piling up, we may just have no choice but to throw to wide receivers for the rest of the season. We may just absolutely have no choice. But I really want them to. I really thought it was strange yet again in short yardage situations. We're not running Deacon Hill.
Yeah,
we need to do the Jalen Hurts tush push with Deacon Hill.
For sure.
They need to watch how Philly does that and do that on Saturdays, because that would be an effective play for the Iowa offense, and I'm all for it. I mean, Sebastian Castro, you talked about him. Yeah, you talked about him. His NFL stock went through the roof today.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Through the roof. Like, enjoy him. He's gone. Cooper DeJean's gone. But Sebastian Castro, I don't know how high he'll go, but he's getting drafted now based off of what he's done so far this season. And then today was a really great performance for him. He had the pick that essentially sealed the game. I felt like the game was kind of sealed by then, but it really put out any and all chance that Wisconsin had. The play that forced the safety, basically where he blitzed, that was a nice play. He rocked Braylon Allen's world and caused a fumble on a 4th down. Unfortunately, Iowa couldn't recover. They just got a recovery for a fumble on the next play. Because Y.A. Black, he had a monster day as well from the defensive line spot. He was wreaking absolute havoc in there. He looked amazing today. So it was good to see the defensive line and a couple of other defensive players beyond Cooper really step up and make a lot of game-changing plays as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sebastian Castro has solidified himself as at least all Big Ten.
Yeah, I think it's time to start talking about All-American Sebastian Castro, honestly.
I mean, they just keep churning him out, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
They just keep churning him out one way or another. And again, from Thursday night, he's not the most athletic person on the football field. But, man, he is so freaking damn smart. He's always in the right position, and he's making the play time and time again. And like you said, like, how many plays is that guy going to make? Like,
countless.
To DeJean levels. to Cooper DeJean levels. He's not
Yeah.
scoring. Well, I can't say he's not scoring tutties because he has. He has a pick six him damn self.
Yeah.
So
And he
I
was
mean,
close to another one today. He blew up a screen pass where it looked like he could have, if he would have played the ball instead of playing the receiver, he probably would have ran for 6.
it might be All American Sebastian Castro. You might be right. I didn't want I didn't want to play it up that high. I really
do.
didn't. But
I'll
dude,
play it up.
the last three games, even against Penn State, he had a decent game. He really did.
And he's probably the hardest hitting defensive back we've had since Bob Sanders.
That is a huge statement, man. That's a huge statement.
I don't.
But I couldn't argue against it.
The only other person in the conversation is Tyler Sash.
Brandon Snyder.
Brandon Snyder was a good hitter, but
Snyder was a smasher, dude. I don't know. But
Castro's kind of beastly with this smashing.
I
feel like he's just laid a lot of big hits on guys. So I don't know. Another thing is it seems like, well, we didn't really need Deacon Hill to throw that much this game. We're never really in a position where Deacon Hill needed to throw that much, and I thought he did okay.
He did okay until Eric All was out.
Yeah, if Joe Labus gets a little bit healthier because he was working back from an injury, are we considering Joe Labus because he looked good in the bowl game?
Listen, Andrew, I'm going to ask you this question in reverse, right?
Okay.
Are you considering Joe Labus, or is Kirk Ferentz considering Joe Labus? I want to know what you're asking me before I give you the answer. Are you considering him, or is Kirk considering him? What's the question?
I would highly consider a quarterback change because I thought Joe Labus ran the offense well and was capable of throwing it a little bit more than what Deacon Hill is. I don't think Kirk Ferentz will consider Joe Labus as long as Iowa is winning ball games.
You already answered your own question, Andrew.
Okay. Yeah. I was just curious if he thought maybe
I can't give you any better foresight than that, because Kirk Ferentz is not making changes winning football games. I don't care who the damn quarterback is. It could be Spencer Petras for all I care.
Right.
You know? So the answer is it does not matter.
Yeah, true.
I want to see Joey Labus too. I really do. But granted, the man had 15, 16 practices prior to the bowl game, got a win over Kentucky. Mark Stoops, which in my opinion should be the next head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes. That's not here nor there. Maybe for a Thursday episode, but no, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they're winning football games, and if they're not winning football games, that's when the questions are answered by the athletic director, Beth Getz. You know, like it doesn't matter that they're scoring 13, 15, 16, 21 points a game. It does not matter. They are 6-1 in the driver's seat in the Big Ten West for the last time ever. What else do you want, Andrew? We both predicted that we were going to lose this game, right? Like in the preseason. In the preseason.
No, you predicted we were going to lose. I predicted we were going to win.
I did. Okay, I did.
Because I wasn't high on Wisconsin, and I feel justified in saying that because
wow, look at that foresight that you had, Andrew.
I don't know. I said it would be a struggle switching to this air raid offense. I didn't expect that a Wisconsin team would throw it 50 times against Iowa.
50 times for a total of 228 yards.
That's not air raid. That's not. I don't know what that is. That's not good.
I can't believe your prediction was 25 attempts. that was half.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I didn't realize they had thrown the ball that much. So that's a nice win. Next week, if we want to look ahead just real quick.
Let's do it.
Minnesota, rough one against Michigan in their last outing, 52-10 loss. They're coming to Kinnick for a 2:30 game. Another team that struggles offensively, just like Iowa. Iowa has the better defense. It's at home. Minnesota hasn't won in Iowa City since 1999, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to give anything away for Thursday, but I think there's reason for Iowa
Shut up.
to feel good about next week, and then a bye week, then the game at Wrigley, a game
I'll be
against
there.
Rutgers at
I'll,
home.
I'll be there in Wrigley, baby.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're going to that because that's going to be an awesome atmosphere.
I wish you were coming too. You need to get a hold of Trent Condon and get a ticket.
I
Let's
should.
let's just do the podcast there.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Why not?
Chicago's not that far away.
No.
Wrigley's not that far away. So I'll get back to you on that and consider it. But I think, now Iowa has margin for error. They can slip up one more time because we talked about this with Wisconsin's schedule.
Yep.
They've got Ohio State, and I just based off what I saw today, and who knows with the Mordecai injury, how long he's out.
Right.
They're not beating Ohio State, even
No
with
chance.
Mordecai in the game. I don't think they're beating Ohio State.
No chance. No.
So, Iowa's got room to lose one more ball game this season. They can't lose any more than that and still be the Big Ten West champions.
Looking at the schedule, Andrew, who would you say threatens Iowa the most? Knowing what we know now and who the teams are, right? Who do you think threatens Iowa the most?
It's that road game on Black Friday against Nebraska.
100% agree.
Yeah, just their defense is probably the best defense left on the schedule. We're probably the best defense left on their schedule. Our offenses struggle similarly. If you thought today was a low scoring affair, that Black Friday game might be even more low scoring.
I wouldn't go that far, man. There was only 21 points scored today.
Do you remember the 9-6 game or whatever against Illinois last year?
That's Illinois. I don't even count Illinois as a Big Ten team anymore. They left me so disappointed in my preseason projections that I don't even acknowledge Illinois.
They did upset Maryland today.
I know, which is my state of residence right now, which I'm really disappointed in.
Right. It seems like Maryland versus the month of October, it's not a good battle for them.
What, the Hawkeyes put up 60 on them?
Yeah.
Out here in Maryland 2 years ago.
They did. But yeah, I think that Iowa-Nebraska game could be a similar 9-6 type of affair.
Yeah, I bet.
In the last week of the season. So we'll leave that for that. Hey, big event tomorrow. I'll be there. Crossover at Kinnick. Gonna be a good time.
I'm jealous of that. How is the weather forecast getting any better?
No, it's not. It's going to be a high of 53 degrees, which I don't think is great outdoor basketball weather. It might be a little windy. It's not going to be rainy, so that's good. But it's not going to be 60s or 70s and sunny, which is what I would have hoped for.
Over under 21 and a half minutes for Caitlin Clark tomorrow.
Under.
21 and a half? You think it'll be less than basically a half a ball?
Yeah, I think she'll play a half a ball.
I agree.
I think we'll get to see plenty of up and coming freshmen and all of that in the second half.
Yeah.
Which is good. That'll be good.
For sure.
Hopefully she doesn't have to play more than that. Hopefully Iowa can win. Although win or loss doesn't really matter.
Does it really matter, man? The Iowa men lose to freaking Augustana College of Davenport.
Right.
Andrew, do you want to announce the winner of our Revelton prediction contest?
Yeah, I'm really glad you set this up last minute. I just saw that you set this up last minute. So we're giving away, what is it? We're giving away
a bottle of whiskey, baby.
A bottle of whiskey to the winner for a score prediction from Revelton Distillery. That's a pretty good gift.
Hell yeah, man.
Based off the result, 15-6, no one nailed it exactly, but the person that came the closest is Jason Price. I know that's your friend, Jason Price. Congratulations to you, Jason. You won a bottle of whiskey. Don't give it to Drew for his wedding or anything like that.
He totally will.
Keep it to yourself, Jason. Just enjoy yourself. But congratulations to you. We'll reach out and let you know if you're not watching this that you won the giveaway. So hope to do that again this season and have more giveaways. So keep looking at our Twitter, all of our social media feeds. Thank you for listening to this. Glad the Hawks could pull this out. Listen to us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you want to get your podcasts. Thank you all again. Appreciate everyone. And go Hawks.
Go Hawks, baby. Let's go.
All right, let's go.